welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my kitchen. If you saw some of my last videos, you could tell that I was visiting my parents in Vermont, but I am back in New York City, back in my little apartment. And today I am going to show you how to make 3 delicious vegan recipes which are perfect for summer. We have got 2 savory ones. One is a salad, one is a delicious pesto recipe with a little bit of a twist. And then I'm also going to show you how to make some no-bake Rice Krispie treats, which are perfect. They only use 5 ingredients. They have chocolate, they have peanut butter, and they're so delicious. As always, all of the ingredients, instructions, everything like that are linked up on my website, so you can get those individual links for the recipes in the description box below. And before we dive in, I would just like to invite you to join our community here on YouTube. You can tap the red button right below this video that says subscribe. That will subscribe you and you'll be part of the fam. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. We're gonna start by making our Moroccan quinoa salad. We start by adding some cooked quinoa into a large mixing bowl, followed by some finely chopped up kale, some shredded carrots, some chopped pistachios, some sliced green onions, finely chopped cilantro, chopped up medjool dates, and then you can set this aside while we prepare the dressing. The dressing is going to be olive oil, orange juice, apple cider vinegar, the juice of 1 whole lemon, the zest of 1 whole lemon, as well as some turmeric, some cumin, some coriander, some cayenne for added heat, and of course some salt and pepper. And I like to make this in a mason jar because it's really easy to mix together. So I just screw on the lid and then give this a nice generous shake. And once everything is all emulsified and combined, you can just pour the dressing over the salad ingredients and toss everything to combine. I love serving this salad as is. It's really delicious. It's really easy to bulk up if you wanted to make this your full meal. So you could just add whatever type of protein you want to make it a little bit more filling, but it's also great as a side and it's awesome for meal prep. It's one of those salads that kind of gets better as it sits and gets more flavorful as it marinates in the dressing. Next up, we are making some zucchini noodles with lime arugula pesto. We're going to start with the pesto, and the pesto, of course, is a base of arugula, as well as some basil. We're also adding in some macadamia nuts. You could really use any sort of nuts that you want, as well as some nutritional yeast, salt, and pepper. Pop the lid on your food processor and blend this up until it starts to become creamy. And then we will take the lid off, add in the juice of 2 whole limes, as well as 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then again, just start to blend this up and it will start to come together into a creamy sauce. I like to add in a little bit of water to make it super creamy, but that's totally optional. Once you have your pesto done, you can just transfer it to a sealed container and set it aside until you're ready to make your zucchini noodles. So of course, to make zucchini noodles, I love my Inspiralizer. I will link it for you below. I just spiralize 1 whole zucchini and then transfer all of those noodles into a bowl. I used about half of this mixture for 1 whole zucchini, which was actually 1 serving. I just used little plates in this video. And then you can use some salad tongs to just toss it all together to make sure the pesto evenly coats all of those amazing zoodles. And then transfer it onto your serving dishes. And this is such a great light meal. It's awesome because it has some healthy fats and it's going to help keep you a little bit more full. And this sauce also goes really well with just regular pasta if you don't want to make zucchini noodles. But I definitely recommend you give it a try because it's a really fun twist. Last but not least, we have our chocolate peanut butter or Rice Krispie treats. So we're going to make the base in our blender or a food processor. Add some pitted medjool dates into your food processor or blender along with some creamy peanut butter. Top that with some cacao powder as well as some maple syrup. And then you can just blend it up until it starts to form a dough. I actually find that this is easier to do in the food processor rather than a blender, so I made it in the blender, but I recommend doing it in the food processor. Once it turns into a dough, which it looks like this, transfer it into a bowl, and then you're gonna add half of your Rice Krispies at a time. So I did 2 cups of Rice Krispies here, and then you can just kind of fold in the cereal into the dough using your hands. It's definitely easier to use your hands. This is a messy recipe, but I promise it is worth it. Once that's all evenly combined inside, you can add in the remainder of your Rice Krispies. I use about 4 cups for this recipe, and I will link the exact cereal that I like to use below because there are a few different varieties, and I definitely like one over the other. So essentially, once you have all of that cereal combined into the dough, it's going to be like a thick Rice Krispie batter / dough, and you can transfer that into a square pan. I like to grease mine before with some cooking spray just so that it doesn't stick, and then use your hands to firmly press this dough into all of the corners. And you could also use a flat bottomed glass or jar if you want, which will really help you pack it in, but you want to get it as tight as possible so that these hold together. And then I like to refrigerate them for about 30 minutes before serving them, so pop them in the fridge. Once they've chilled for a little bit, you can remove them, slice them into bars, and you are good to go. This is such a fun recipe, definitely a crowd pleaser. Obviously, chocolate and peanut butter is awesome together, and I know you guys are going to totally love them. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video. I hope you give these recipes a try, as always. I always say that in every single video, but I truly do, and I love getting all of your photos and all of the inspiration that you guys give me every single day. So make sure to share something with me on social if you end up making any of these recipes. You can tag @SimplyQuinoa or use #SimplyQuinoa. And I would love to also hear if you make any suggestions or substitutions or anything like that. So leave a comment down below. Also, if you have any questions for me, I always read all of my comments. And otherwise, like I mentioned, the blog posts are linked for you in the description box below as well. They have all of the instructions, ingredient list, everything like that. That's always up on my blog, so you can get those down below as well. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe by hitting the red button right below this video. And I would love for you to share it if you enjoyed it. And otherwise, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Bye, you guys.